All right, guys, check out this Bowie knife. It's going to be gigantic. I've got the template made in cardboard here, and I'm tracing its form onto this bar of steel. This is a spring steel. Got a couple big cutting discs. These are 14-inch cutting discs running on this bench grinder. Makes pretty quick work of roughing out a shape. Now I'm going to start laying down those hollow grinds. Now it's called a hollow grind because I'm grinding it on a wheel, so it's going to be kind of concave, matching the shape of that wheel. Moving on to finer belts to refine it, and it's important that I lay that angle down exactly the same every time. Polishing now a bit of the flat spots of the blade on this very large polishing wheel, and marking off the positions where I'm going to drill the holes for the handle. Now it's time to harden the steel, so I'm doing that in oil. This will make the steel stronger and able to hold an edge, but I have to draw back the temper just a little bit, which I do in the oven. I'm also tempering the tang slightly so that it can be filed to accommodate the guard. The guard is going to be made of brass, and I'm using the milling machine to cut this slot in it. Of course, the milling machine is not capable of cutting square corners, so that part has to be done by hand with a file. Just giving the top part of the guard a little bit of shape now and bringing it to a bright polish. Further refining those bevels now that it's been heat treated on finer belts. And I'm going to use these polishing wheels to bring it up to a satin finish. A couple brass pins through the tang hold the guard in place. These will later be polished off and appear to vanish. 3 more pins to secure the handle. These handle scales are made of white micarta, and it will clean up to look a bit like bone. I cut the power to the starting winding of this electric motor, which allows me to control which direction it runs in. In this case, I want it running towards me for the handle profiling. Now I'm running a slightly finer belt in the other direction to get inside the guard and sculpt and polish that handle just until it's perfect. Some handwork to finish things off, especially around that knob. That's always a tough part to polish on a machine, so I do that by hand. Now I'm just laying down the final edge, first at a 120 grit, then at a 400, and I finish it off on this felt wheel with green buffing compound, which brings it up to a razor-sharp edge. And now our Bowie knife is complete. I think it's an absolute unit of a Bowie knife, but let me know what you think. And if you have any suggestions for what we should be making in the future,